Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for tuning in to castingsweatherwatcher.com. Today, we're going to be having a look at the risk of some very heavy rainfall as we go through Tuesday and into Wednesday. Now, before I get on with the forecast, I just want to say thanks for tuning in and spread the word about castingsweatherwatcher.com. Tell your friends about it. Let's get more people to start tuning into the forecast. So this is the forecast for total rainfall from the GFS going up towards the air next week. Now, that's quite an alarming chart there because we've got some very high totals across southern parts of England and also parts of Midlands, Wales and parts of Northern England. A nightmarish sort of chart here. Very, very heavy rainfall totals here. And most of this is actually falling through Tuesday, so you can just realise the volume here of rainfall. Many of you will be in the puddles through Tuesday evening and into Wednesday. Some people even seeing some devastating puddles, unfortunately, with some flooding being a risk through on into Tuesday evening. So let's run you through then. This is for 6 AM on Tuesday. We've got this low pressure starting to develop across the southwest. Notice that most parts of the country are in showers. And then as we go through towards 9 AM on Tuesday, it starts to push into southwest England. And then through to midday on Tuesday, it really starts to get going there. Up to 20 millimetres of rain there in a period of 3 hours. And as we push through towards 3 PM on Tuesday, it's coming to the Midlands. It's now starting to come into Wales, many parts of southern England. As we go through towards 6 PM on Tuesday, it's really starting to get going there. It's still raining, notice, across southern Wales. It's still raining over southwest England, and it's starting to pour across western Midlands and also parts of southwest England as well. And as we go through towards Tuesday evening, so by 9 PM on Tuesday, it's really started to become very, very wet across the northern Midlands, northern Wales, and also northern England as well. And then by midnight on Wednesday, it's really starting to get going there. Some horrible rain, wet conditions there across many parts of the Midlands, northern England there. A very, very vigorous area of low pressure. Now as we go through towards 3 AM on Wednesday, low pressure starts to really get going with heavy rain pushing into northeast England, and then by the time we go through towards Wednesday morning, the real risk here of some heavy rain pushing back into northern England, so some very heavy high totals here. And then as we go through to Wednesday, we keep low pressure just skimming it down eastern coast and starting to heavy rain starting to then by Wednesday starting to affect northern and eastern parts of Scotland. Now just to run you through on the facts chart then from the Met Office, which is human interpretation, notice that this is for 12 PM, this is for midday on Tuesday by the way folks, and many parts of the country are under this low pressure influence, but notice this little X mark here, separate area of low pressure starting to develop across southwestern parts of the UK. This is by midday on Tuesday, bringing in heavy rain and flooding in places here. And then pushing on to Tuesday night, so it's actually midnight going through Tuesday night into Wednesday. Many parts of England are under heavy rain here, low pressure centred out towards southeast England. It's most of England and Wales engulfed by heavy rain away from, I think, the far north of England. Some very heavy rain through Tuesday into Wednesday. And then as we push through towards Wednesday midday, we've pushed the area of low pressure when it's formed out here. It's pushed through and it's pushed on into the North Sea here, but still, I think, still affecting eastern coast of England. I notice we've still got the low pressure there across northwestern parts of Scotland. So altogether, it's looking like a very, very wet night on Tuesday. This is really the risk area here, so it's stretching up through most of England and also Wales. I think it's the far northwest of England missing out on the worst of rainfall. But as I say, most places will see some very heavy rain through Tuesday night into Wednesday. So thanks very much for listening to the forecast. Do stay safe through Tuesday night into Wednesday if you're out and about, possibly doing the outdoor venture. Please take supreme care for Tuesday into Wednesday. Very alarming conditions here. Some very severe weather coming up through Tuesday night. There is a real risk, or the real risk of some very heavy rain through Tuesday night to Wednesday. So thanks very much for watching, and see you later.